everybody who's on this call right now, and everybody that's listening to this call in the back office, I really can't put into words just how special it is that you're at this place at this time. It's a unique time. You know, within the industry of network marketing, it's always a desirable place to be a part of a pre-launch of something, on the ground floor of something. It's kind of a coveted place, right? But I tell you what, that's so much the case with this right here and now, because it's not, if I might just be so bold, this isn't just an average, ordinary pre-launch. I really don't think so. The reason I say that is this. In the very short period of time that we've been taking pre-enrollments, I alluded to this earlier, what our original goal was to have 10,000 subscribers within the first 90 days. Folks, something very, very special has happened. Something really unique, something very uncommon. By the time pre-launch gets here on the 1st, we will have enrolled 40,000 people. 40,000 people. And I'll share with you some of the conversations that I'm having with folks. We're having people that are coming on board that are world-class professional networkers that have been in the industry for years. I'm talking about people who have been top income earners, not in their company, no, not in their company, in the industry, period. Top income earners in the industry that have come on board. And they're saying things like, see, I don't want to talk to you about what my thoughts are. It's easier for me to let you know what they say about this. And by the way, we're going to have some of these folks on the call next week so that you can hear it from them, the unique place that we're in. Many of these people are saying, you know what, this is the most special, the most unique opportunity that we've seen in a long, long time. Some of them go as far as to say it's the most unique, it's the most special thing that we've ever seen. But the idea of 40,000 in just a few weeks, that I don't even know what to say about that. I can say confidently this: I've never seen that before. I've personally never heard of that before. I don't have knowledge that's exhaustive enough to say that it's never happened. I'm not going to be so bold to say that's never happened before, but I can say this: I've never seen that before, and if it's happened, it hasn't happened in a long, long time. And you know what? We're not even at pre-launch yet. This is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And the place that you're at right now, you know, I want to encourage everybody not to take this for granted. You know, it's always, so many times people say, boy, I wish I was there when. Boy, I wish I could have been there at the beginning. Well, guess what? You're there. You're here. You're here now. This is at the beginning. But at the same time, I'm going to let you know this. Just being here, yeah, it's good. But just being here, if a person really doesn't do anything, I really don't know how much good that's really going to do you. Okay? I would highly recommend for a person to cultivate a vision for getting the most out of this situation. Get the most out of it. Because you know what? Right here, right now, you can do one of two things. You can sit in the background and kind of percolate and hope that things come your direction. And if you're of that mentality, if you're of that mindset that you hope that things will just naturally come your direction without any effort, very, very little will come of that. However, there are people within the last few weeks that have seized the opportunity that, based on the effort that they've put into it now, will reap huge rewards in the future. And I'm reminded of a picture. And by the way, I love this picture. You're going to hear me talking about this a lot in the future. Listen carefully, because it's a powerful one. It's powerful. 90% of a rocket's fuel is used during takeoff. 90% of a rocket's fuel is used during takeoff. But here's what happens. When it busts out of the atmosphere and it breaks out of the gravitational pull of the Earth, then, man, the view is something else. I'll tell you right now, if you put effort into it, let it burn, okay? Put some some effort into it, massive effort, then you know what's going to happen? You're going to break free of the gravitational pull of a lot of things. You'll maximize the benefit of the content itself, but also you'll set things up to win. What's powerful about this is there's so many things that are powerful, but it is so simple. It's very simple. It's very duplicatable. It's with all the confidence in the world that I can say that this is quite simply the most duplicatable thing that I've ever seen. And it's confirmed. It's seen in the explosion of numbers that we have coming up on 40,000. It's amazing. My encouragement to you would be this: everybody, listen very carefully. Right now is the time for action on this. This is going to be a call to action for you. Now is the time. If there was ever a time for action, if there was ever a time for focus, now is the time. When you have the app, people are going to love the app, okay? When you have access to the webinar, that's going to be fantastic. Also, there's going to be other tools that are coming down the road. We're still working on a lot of things. We're still working on the production of the videos that we're going to have on the application part and the compensation part. Those are still temporary. But you know what? Now is the time to strike while the iron is hot. And how that looks is this. Me, personally, if I'm in the field, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure that I put myself in a position to maximize the compensation plan. I'm going to make sure that I refer 10 people. That's me. Okay, now, start with 3. Go ahead and start with 3. But if you really want to maximize the compensation plan, personally refer 10 people. Each one of those 10 people, here's what I'm going to share with them. I'm going to say, hey, keep this thing simple. Go ahead and get 3 people. Get 3 people and help them get 3 people. Then you're going to have your application for free. That's the first thing that you're going to do. And then, after that, once that's done, go to the next step and get 10 people, because that's what we call the sweet spot. It maximizes the compensation plan. And show other people how to do the same thing. One of the things that I love about this industry is that when it's done right, if you really take time, spend time with people. It's not just about running the numbers. It's not about putting a bunch of numbers on board, but it's also working with those people and helping them to do the same. This business is not so much about running a bunch of numbers, but it's a matter of duplication. And the difficulty in the past with duplication is that a lot of systems are hard to duplicate. But again, this is very simple to duplicate. A master of this early on, coming out of the gate, right from day number 1, someone who's been a master at this is Kerry at the beginning of the call. I mean, that's a guy right there demonstrating leadership. And you know what? He's had great production, but along with that, he's worked with his people. He has servant leadership, saying, folks, what can I do to help you? And that's huge. And folks, I'll tell you what, that culture right there, if you commit yourself to activity, but also follow up that activity with having a commitment to helping your people win, that's the beautiful thing about this industry. And you know, it's a matter of this. I heard it put this way years ago, and it's stuck in my head, and I love it. Listen very carefully. If you care for people, if you help people, and if you care for people, the money will chase you down. That's true. The money will take care of itself. Just help people. Help them be successful. And what we're going to do is we're going to be committed to giving you all of the tools that we can to help you succeed. And with that, I'll tell you what, once again, the first couple of days of the webinar, we will send out a link. But we really want to encourage people to invite people to that webinar and use that as a tool to grow your business. And hey, we're going to wrap up at a reasonable time tonight. We hear that a lot of people are saying, hey, the calls are going too long. So we're going to wrap it up. Folks, folks, looking forward to the pre-launch on Friday. You'll get an email with the webinar, and we're going to believe for great things. Have a great night.